Right, good morning guys. So, last week I made a video of de-restricting this bike. I went to a little country road just round the corner from me and basically saw the difference of restricted and de-restricted. There weren't a great lot of difference, but it made enough difference that the bike would go a bit over 30 rather than under 30. So today I'm basically remaking the same video, and the reason of that is I had a problem with the sound on one of my cameras. It was crackly and that just got worse. So when I come to editing the video, the part where I de-restricted the bike had no sound at all. I ended up cutting it right out, so hence why I'm going to be doing it again right now. I'm just nipping up the road here, it's not far, and I'll just go through exactly the same process as I did last time, and hopefully this time we'll get some better sound. That's the plan anyway. Right, I'll just pull round here. And I'm just going to pull over. This car's pulling over as well, but I'm just going to pull over here and have a little chat. So, at the minute the bike is in restricted mode, which means that's restricted to 30 mile an hour. A lot of the time the bike will be doing 28 to 30. It can be most annoying when you're on a 30 mile an hour road and you're not actually going 30. People get right up behind you and they get frustrated because you're just not going quick enough. So de-restricting this bike gets me up 35 sometimes, depending on the wind, whether it's uphill, loads of different conditions, and that would probably depend as well on the weight of the rider and maybe even the weather. If it was warmer, they say that they perform better, but that I don't know. So I'm going to run this little test again. At the minute we're in restricted mode. We have got 63% on the battery, so we'll see how we go. Here we go. I've got my other camera set up here, so I'll clock down to the speedo every now and again. Right, we're now approaching maximum speed, so we're hit 30, we're hit 31 along here. So it's going between 30 and 31 if you... There is a little bit of a headwind this way, so I'll go back the other way just to see the difference. I don't need to go too far because obviously we're flat out, we ain't going to get no more than this. So it goes roughly, like I said, 29, 30, 31 maximum. Right, I'll pull over here. I didn't need to bid the horn, but that's just my thumbs. Right, let's go straight back again the same way. I'm just going to do this same road up and down, just so it's the same on both tests basically. It's weird because as soon as that reaches about 29, 30, you can feel the power of the bike just slacks off. Now the other day when I was riding this bike, my battery went pretty low, and what I noticed was these buttons here, which 1, 2 and 3, some people say they're gears, they're not gears. All it really does is probably put a limiter on and stops the power when it hits that speed, which is good if your battery's a little bit low, because you don't want it trying to get up to 30 if you keep it in 2. in restricted mode, I think that'll only do about 22 miles an hour. But in de-restricted, that actually does 30, which is good. But it stops it trying to get any more. Right, I'll pull over here again, almost where I was a minute ago. And this is the bit I need to show you, which I didn't get in on the last video, is the de-restricting. Right, you need your key handy, and you must put your stand down or this won't work. So you can do it not even being on the bike really. Right, so I'll switch the bike off, and first of all you pull your throttle to maximum and you hold in your front brake. So you've got your throttle on full and you're holding in your front brake. You switch your bike on, you let it go through this process, what it does, checking or whatever. As you can see, I've got a little triangle flashing here. So now I count to 10. 8, 9, 10. Right, I keep the front brake in and I let the throttle back, and then I pull the throttle back again and I count to 10 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You notice that little triangle flash once. Now I let it go, and that, my friends, is de-restricted, or should be. Let's get my gloves up. So let's give it another little run down this road and just check what difference it's actually made. To remember, we got maximum 31, didn't we? Put your stand up. Let's go. Slowly creeping up. Right, I'll flick to the other camera now because we hit 30. So as you can see, on this bit the wind is against me, but we managed to hit 35 and now it's 32. So obviously it's not a great big change in power or anything, but I find that now I leave it in de-restricted because of it's just better to get over 30. Because like I said before, you get cars and stuff right up behind you. Right, here we go again. So we hit the 30, so I'll charge the cameras. So it looks like I maxed out at 36 that time. And the average is 32, 33. Which is, like I say, better than going under 30. So I'm going to leave this bike like that, because I find that's far better. Also I find, if you can, try not to stop too much. If you can keep it rolling, then it picks up speed a lot better than from a standstill, obviously. Well, these bikes are set at 30 mile an hour because obviously they are mopeds and intended for 16-year-olds can ride them. So if you de-restrict it, you should tell your insurance, so they say, especially if you are a 16-year-old or you haven't passed your test or anything, but obviously I've got a full bike licence anyway. But on this particular bike, that hasn't made that much difference. Some people say that goes over 44 miles an hour. Yeah, it probably will downhill. That'll go a lot better. Yeah, so on this particular bike, the Derestrict doesn't make that much of a difference. To be fair, it's not like a great big difference, so whether you're even worried about it. But like I say, I find that if I leave it in this mood, that's just going to get me over 30. Some people say their bikes went over 40, but who knows. Right, I'm back where I want to be. I'll catch you guys in the next video. And thanks for watching. Bye for now.